What?
Hello, I hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to this week's Q&A, and I can rhyme. And this week I'm doing emails, so let's get right to it. Hey Pocari, what do you think of my persona? Pocari, this is my persona. Do you like it? What's your opinion on my persona? Really good. Do you like my persona? How people like my persona? Do you like my persona? Alright, stop! This is for everyone who comes to me asking me what I think of their persona or what they should design on their persona, because what I think shouldn't matter, alright? It's your persona. You need to make it how you want. If it was up to me, everyone would just be blue. So here I've made this very lovely flowchart on how to help you if you want my opinion on your persona. Is it blue? Yes. It's amazing and I love it. Is it blue? No. Then that's awesome for you because I'm glad you're doing what you like and it's amazing. Alright? Always remember, it's your persona, not my persona, not Jim Bob's persona, not what Mary across the street thinks of your persona. Your persona. Do it how you like it, or it's not your persona, is it? How do you come up with a good or at least decent design for a persona without making it look too difficult to make as a fursuit nor too plain? I've been wanting to change my design for my persona Cody, but I've been having so much trouble trying to figure it out. From Grace. Alright, this one's a little different because they're asking about how to make it fursuit friendly. When you're taking fursuits into consideration, then yes, you will need to maybe get some opinions on your persona from some fursuit makers. Because while your character might look amazing, if it's like fully detailed and really out there, then a lot of makers will be like, thank you for the interest, but I am not taking on your project because I would still like to be able to make other fursuits within the 10 years it's going to take to make yours. Not to mention if you have a really complicated design that a maker happens to be crazy enough to do, then the price can like double. So yeah, if you want to know how to make your design more fursuit friendly or just a bit more simpler, then go to some fursuit makers and ask them. If you don't really want to depend on them getting back to you, you can actually commission someone. I would highly recommend Neon Slushy. Neon Slushy works with a lot of fursuit makers and you can actually specifically commission them to design your character a reference sheet that is 100% fursuit friendly. So go check that out. That's what I recommend. That's the quickest, the easiest, and the most effective. And then making sure that it's not too plain. It doesn't really matter when it comes to a fursuit because your fursuit is going to come alive with your personality, whether it's just a plain black wolf or a rainbow unicorn. Like, how you use the fursuit is what is going to make it come alive and not be plain. I see so many amazing fursuits and then they just stand there. They don't do anything. They kind of just exist, which is fine. Maybe that's what they want the character to be. But if you do that, then your character is going to look plain no matter what they look like. Hello, I'd like to sack if there are any ways you could stay cool in a fursuit besides Under Armour and attached fan. From a nameless person. Yes, there is actually one more way that you can stay very cool in a fursuit, and you could actually get a specific cooling vest. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Easy Cooldown. They're actually designed for fursuiters too. Basically it's like a vest with some very flat like ice packs on it, so you just chuck it in the freezer and then when you go to fursuit you put it in your vest and that goes under your fursuit and then you stay really nice and cool for when you suit. You can also make your own. I'm yet to test this. I've never actually used a cooling vest before, but I've seen some people like they'll get sponges and then get them a bit damp and then put them in Glad wrap bags and seal them, and you could freeze those as like tiny ice packs and then they'll get a vest and sew their own little pockets on it. It's an interesting DIY solution. I need to test it, so we'll see how that goes. I would like to buy an actual Easy Cooldown vest at some point. If you have any experience with cooling vests, I would love to know about it, so let me know in the comments or shoot me an email. I'd love to hear how it went. Since your top 10 best fursuit makers video in 2016, has any of your lists changed and are there any new suitors you like? And then I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but apparently it means with love from Wales to you and Kivers. Thank you very much. From Rotten Jaws. There is one fursuit maker that has really caught my attention and would have made it into that top 10 list if I knew about them before. That is Batitude Studios. They have come so far, so quickly. Like, those suits are absolutely adorable. And I really wanted to get one. I wanted them to make my Red Panda character, Nana's. Sadly I didn't get a slot, but maybe next time. In your last Q&A you wore an Overwatch League t-shirt. So my questions are, do you play Overwatch yourself? What hero do you like the most? And if you play, on what platform from Lego Designer 26. Alright, I'm sorry, but that shirt was actually my girlfriend's shirt. I'm running out of new shirts for videos, but I do still love Overwatch. Like, Overwatch is so good. We play it so much, or at least we used to before we moved. We don't really have much good internet here. But yes, I don't play competitive. I'm too terrified to play competitive. I am a quick play pleb. I play Reinhardt mostly. Gotta love them big bulky characters. I love tanks. And I play on PC, of course. Why would you play it on anything else? Overwatch, it's PC, man. However, Kiba, my girlfriend, she is actually in like the top 1% of Mercy players. Like, she is hardcore, man, and when we get set up again and actually have some working internet, she'll be looking into like proper Overwatch competitive tournaments and stuff, so that'll be interesting to see. She'll make a YouTube channel at some point, so I'll plug that when it comes out. So yeah, that'll be good to look forward to. I won't be on her team, I'll be in the back cheering for them like, yeah, I can't do this, this is too scary for me, go you guys. Hello from Western Australia. Hello, all the way over there. I was wondering if you could give me some advice. I'm going to my first furry-only convention. I'm a young furry and extremely nervous. I suck at conversation, so what are some good conversation starters from Sumer? If there's one thing furries like to talk about, it's themselves. So if you see a furry wearing a badge of their character, a really great way to start a conversation is to go up to them and be like, hey, oh, nice badge you got there. Who was the artist? Who's your character? Why do you design like that? Do they have a backstory? Like, ask them about their character, and then hopefully the conversation will evolve into other things from there. Don't forget, conventions always have external events as well, so like mini golf and things, so it's a really good way to make friends going to those because you're playing games together, people are cheering you on, so make sure you always go to those too. What is your opinion on people creating species that are actually just hybrids, but then making them very strictly closed or limited to the public in various ways? I think it's really silly, as hybrids do not fall under classification of individual species at all. How do you feel about that? Have a wonderful week, and may good suiting weather come your way. Well, thank you so much. From Predator, aka Pear.Slice. Alright, this one's kind of hard because it depends entirely on how exactly the species owner is going about it. Like, for example, say they own a species that is kind of like a wolf dragon, and then they decide, you know what, nobody can have wolf dragons that aren't my species. So they're going like yell at everyone that has any kind of like fluffy dragon or resembles a wolf dragon in any kind of way. Then, yeah, that's bad. Don't do that, ignore them. They're just a jerk. But say in the case of manakits, those are really good because while yes they are just fox kitsune hybrids, they still have like a really awesome backstory and lots of awesome lore, and they are pretty heavily regulated. Like, you have to completely follow those rules to be classed as a manakit, but the creator won't stop you from making like a shark hybrid. There are so many bark sharks that look exactly like manakits, but the only difference is they don't call themselves a manakit. So I think it's totally fine to have your own species that is just a hybrid, as long as the owner is still cool with people making things that still look exactly like that hybrid. Because you can't claim a hybrid, you just can't. Like, you don't own the rights to like either animal, so you can't be like, no, nobody else is allowed to make a fox shark. It's all mine. No. If you want to have a species that you don't want anyone else to have that isn't under your regulation, then you need to make sure it is stupidly original so that no one can make one by accident. So think like Sergals, Primogens, and like Cruxes. Hiya! So I was wondering, if I choose a suit from one maker, but I like the paws, tails, head, etc. from another maker, could I get only the suit and then only the paws, tail, head, etc.? Hello from Alabama. Hi, Alabama. And the person didn't leave their name, or I forgot to put it on my laptop. Yes, you actually can do this. I know a few fursuiters that have like a different part from like 50 different makers. When you have a fursuit like that, it's called like a Frankenstein fursuit. But you need to be careful because not every maker will just do part commissions, especially a lot of like popular and big name makers. The majority of them will only do like full fursuit commissions. So don't set your heart on just like looking at all these makers and just picking which bits and pieces you want. You will have to inquire with each of those makers to see if they will make each individual piece for them if it's not otherwise listed on their website and stuff. It also gets very hard because fur is very difficult to match as well. So the best way to do it is if you can find makers that can do each part, you need to order the fur yourself and then mail out the fur to each maker, because there's no guarantee that the makers are going to be able to match it up. I know a lot of people that can make their own like bodysuits and feet and paws and tails, but they prefer to get their heads commissioned by other people. So they'll order the fur, send the fur to the maker to make the head, get the head back, and then use the rest of the fur to finish the fursuit. Is there any fursuit company that can make cat fursuits? From Red Fox Layla. Not plenty. Pretty much any maker you go to should be happy to make a cat. It's just it's not very common, so you don't see them a lot. My favorite maker for cats has to be Jill Costumes. She has done so many amazing cats, and she made the head for my good friend Cataclysm as well. So I would highly recommend Jill if you want a cat head. That is it for questions this week. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to send me some more. You can email me at pocari@outlook.com, or you can leave them in the comments. Until the next video, I will see you then. Bye!